And first and foremost, what is a trust? What is a land trust? Well, a land trust it's a document that separates you, right, the owner, from the parcel of land or the business or the whatever, any tangible asset. And there's all kind of trusts, but today we're going to focus on the land trust. So you as real estate investors know exactly how to implement this in your business, because look, you shouldn't have it in your name. You shouldn't own anything in your name. You shouldn't have it in just your business name either. I mean, I know that's what they teach you, but we're talking, investments on another level, asset protection on another level. And land trusts are really just kind of the beginning or the entry point, if you will, into trust, because there's a ton of different types of trusts. There's land trust, there's revocable, there's irrevocable trust, there's the trust that just go on and on and on and on. They're designed to last multi-generations, right? So when you think of something like that, you want to think of the Rockefellers, for instance. The reason that the Rockefellers are doing so well, or the family, I should say, is doing so well, is because Big Daddy Rockefeller set it up many, 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 many moons ago to make sure that his family would be taken care of from generation to generation. That's what he did. That's what he did for his family. So you should think about these kind of things as we move forward. So what is a trust? What is a land trust in particular? All right, a land trust, you'll see it right here. I got you pinned right here. This is what it is right there. It's a separate legal title from true beneficiary ownership. So how does that look? What do you mean, Mr. Myles? Mr. Myles, what do you mean when you say stuff like this? I don't quite get it. So here it is. Think of like a triangle. Let me see if I can put this here. So think of like a triangle, right? There is a grantor, excuse my language. There's a beneficiary, okay, and there is a trustee. So when you're going back and forth into things like this, and you're like, okay, well, how does this work for me? We're going to go over that, right? We're going to absolutely talk intimately about how this benefits you, how these land trusts benefit you, and what that, what does that triangle mean? Grantor, trustee, beneficiary. How does this all work for me? We use this as a tool in real estate investment in terms of how we take over title. It's also something, again, that's very, very useful for asset protection. People use it all the time. And because of a beautiful law that was passed in the early 1980s, I believe it was in 1982, called the Garn-Saint-Germain Act, we can now transfer property without paying all these taxes, like the transfer tax or, whatever the case. We used to use this tool before the financial crash, when there were seasoning laws that were put in place in various areas around the country. I was in Atlanta, still am, but I was primarily investing in Atlanta at that time. If you bought a property, you had to do significant repairs to it if you wanted to sell it within a 90-day period, or you had to wait 90 days. These trusts throw that all out. Here's how that goes, right? Oh, let me say this. It also will stop the due on sale clause, or it will not necessarily just stop it, but it will put it in a situation where you're legally transferring things in a certain kind of way. And I'll just go over that really quickly with you. So a land trust is something that separates whoever's on legal title to the beneficiary ownership. And that's the structure of it, okay?